What if I told you Spotify has a secret feature that can put your music in front of hundreds of thousands of new listeners every single day, and most artists aren't even aware of it? My name's Chris, also known as the Artist Manifest. I have about 500,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. We got a song in the Olympics and the NFL last year, and Spotify gave me early access to discovery mode. And when I turned it on, one of my songs, Firestarter, went from like 8,000 streams a day up to over 21,000 streams a day, which doesn't surprise me because Spotify said in a report, on average, artists using discovery mode get 50% more increase in their saves, 44% increase in playlist ads, and a 37% increase in followers during the first month of using discovery mode. But you're probably asking, what is discovery mode? Well, it's a promotional tool inside of Spotify for Artists, in your Spotify for Artists dashboard, that lets you boost the visibility of your songs in the algorithmic playlists like radio and autoplay. And the cool thing is there's no upfront costs. So essentially, Spotify is just promoting and recommending your song to listeners almost for free, which I'll get to in a second. But instead of paying cash, you're actually agreeing to a lower royalty rate on the streams that Spotify Discovery Mode generates, okay? But just understand, you wouldn't have gotten these streams anyways, so by opting in, you're getting more fans, okay? It's basically Spotify's way of letting you know, or letting people know that your music is out there, but you make a little bit less on each of the first listens. The real question isn't about what you're losing by using it, but what you miss out on if you don't. Since you asked and you've been wondering, Spotify charges 30% commission on the stream's discovery mode drives, but any other streams after that are commission free, okay? And just remember, these are streams that you most likely would never have gotten in the first place. Plus, it's only on the master side of the royalty. For the publishing and our songwriters out there, that is commission free. So where does Spotify promote your music then? Well, it specializes and prioritizes by promoting your songs in the algorithmic playlists like Spotify Radio when people listen to similar artists, and also autoplay. So when a playlist or an album ends, or they might get it recommended after they listen to a song, but these are going to be algorithmic playlists, not editorial playlists and not user-generated playlists. The good news is, though, that by using this, fans are going to hear it and they're more likely to add your song to a user-generated playlist. And again, if you're getting more streams, you're getting more saves, likes, shares, and you're getting a low skip rate on the song, Spotify's not only going to share it more, but then that can increase your likelihood of getting an editorial playlist, but doesn't guarantee it. So who's eligible to use this? Well, to access Spotify Discovery Mode, you got to make sure you're using a distributor that is partnered with Spotify, like DistroKid, CD Baby, TuneCore, Stem, The Orchard. There's a few others. And then that song has to be out for at least 30 days. And the reason the song has to be out for 30 days is because Spotify needs data. You got to feed the algorithm first before Spotify can recommend it, right? So it needs that time to collect the data, and then the song has to have streamed in radio or autoplay for the last 7 days, okay? So it's up to us to hustle those streams, promote those songs, make sure we hit that threshold, and then inside your Spotify dashboard every single month, you'll have the option to opt your songs into Spotify Discovery Mode or opt them out. And you can actually see which songs are eligible, and it'll say, hey, new, this song is now eligible. And you can always go in there as well afterwards and see what was the impact. Like some of my songs get hundreds and hundreds of more plays, some thousands, tens of thousands of more plays. But the percentage of stream lift is hundreds of percentages. So you really want to test different songs by opting them in. I normally opt in my whole catalog, and then I look at the data and I see which ones are performing well and which ones are like actually not performing at all. And then I just uncheck the ones that aren't performing so Spotify can focus on the songs that are working, okay? And so you have that month window to see the data, to look at it, and then Spotify tells you you get an opportunity like a week or two to edit the campaign, to opt songs in or opt them out. It's not an automatic thing, except that it renews every single month unless you don't change anything. So what if Spotify Discovery Mode's not showing up in your dashboard? Well, it just means you probably haven't hit that follower count yet, you haven't hit that monthly stream count yet, and you just need to promote and market your songs more. So I'd encourage you to post more organic posts promoting those songs, run ads, do legit playlist promotions, get added to a playlist so you can start feeding Spotify data. Maybe you want to go to radio, maybe you want to go on tour, whatever you can to get people actually listening to your songs. The easiest way is literally just doing like a Submit Hub campaign, playlist push, or run meta ads, which we teach about on my Spotify 5-day challenge. So what are the pros and cons and risks and rewards of using Spotify Discovery Mode? Well, the first one, of course, is a pro. You're going to get more exposure, more listeners, more followers, and playlist growth without any upfront costs. You just opt into it, and then Spotify walks around the internet and starts sharing your song for free within their platform. And the cool thing is it's recommending it to artists, or fans I should say, that are similar to you that would enjoy your music. It's testing it out based on listeners' behaviors, right? And so it's recommending it to the people that are most likely to want to listen to your music, which is awesome. So if I'm trying to target other rock fans or hip hop fans or classical music or whatever type of genre you make, Spotify's going to take all these data points and try and find other listeners that would be into your music. Now, this is the catch-22 here, is that it depends on how good your song is. You know, are people saving it? Are they sharing it? Are they liking it? Is the skip rate low because they're listening to the whole thing, right? That means Spotify's just going to share it even more. Now, the cons are you can possibly earn a lower royalty rate, right? Especially on that first listen, you get a 30% lower on the first streams. But remember, these are streams you wouldn't have gotten anyways. And they're finding you literally new fans. Like every single month, I'm literally getting thousands of new fans because of Spotify Discovery Mode. Fans that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise, right? So they're literally converting listeners into fans, and it costs me no extra time or money, right? All I have to do is keep feeding the algorithm with my organic posts, with my ads, and then Spotify does the rest. I would highly suggest you opt in all your songs at the beginning for this. Look at the data, see which songs are crushing it, and I would give it at least 2 months, okay? Opt them all in, then look at the data. The ones that are underperforming, take them out, opt them out. But then every single time you have a new song out, you want to make sure that you're promoting, marketing that song so that you get lots of streams in those first 30 days. And then when the song is eligible, opt it in, and then let Spotify go to work. The sad truth and the sad story of this is that radio and the algorithm used to kind of, share our song out automatically. And I'm finding that artists that don't opt their songs in are not getting as much algorithmic reach, which is kind of a bummer. So again, I would suggest opting your songs in. Otherwise, you're going to miss out. If you're tired of posting every single day to promote your music, you might want to watch this video above me right here.